G'day guys, Thatguypurps here, back with another music reaction video. We're going to get into Dak's Dear Mum. Now, I was going to do this on Mother's Day, but I was feeling a little bit under the weather, so we're getting to it now. Dax always comes in with really strong, heartfelt messages, whether, you know, even the ones where he's sort of mucking around a little bit, there's still that message there, you know, and it's the way he portrays things is very unique. I feel, especially in the hip hop game, he has a different way of doing things, and I think that's because he's trying to, or he's not trying, he is being more of an artist, whereas, you know, a lot of the people coming up are just focused on the money and just focused on, you know, I just want to rap, you know, whereas, you know, he's broadening his horizons. He started off rapping, or he started off, I believe, with spoken word poetry, and then from there went into hip hop and rapping, and then he started to learn how to rap faster. He went on tour with Tech Nine and Calico, and really upped his game, and opened up this, you know, other part that you didn't know was there, and then started singing, and then obviously incorporated the singing into his songs as well. So, you know, you can see that evolution of just, you know, he's not someone that's got the blinkers on and I just want to be a rapper. You know, he wants to be an artist. He wants to take, you know, what he's doing to that next level. He's grown in leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. And, yeah, so this one, Dear Mum, I have no idea what angle this is going to go. All I can take from the title is this is, you know, normally you'd start a letter off with, you know, Dear Mum, and then you'd spill out with what you wanted to say. So I don't know the relationship he had with his mum. Hopefully it was better than, you know, Eminem's relationship with his mum. But yeah, I don't really know, so we're about to find out in the next 4 minutes. We'll have a better understanding. So let's get into it and see where we're at. So this is Dak's Dear Mum. Everything you did was worth it. Alright. So just from that opening statement that he puts up, and he does this a lot too, I've noticed with his videos, he'll set the scene with so much like clarity just with one sentence. You know, it'd be like, bang, and you'd be like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, and it sort of makes things a lot clearer. So I'm guessing this is going to be, you know, maybe she, you know, worked a few jobs and she couldn't be there all the time, or she struggled with things, but she always, you know, did what she could for him. I don't know if he has any siblings or not, but, you know, yeah, mums be out there all the time, like, and when you're a kid, you just sort of see, oh, mum's not here, or mum, you know, but they're busting their butt so that, you know, they can give you a better life or give you a shot at least. So, yeah, we'll see what he's got going on. Okay.
Love you, Mom. Daddy.
Blank snort.
I like that riff. That riff in the background's nice.
Yeah, dear Mom, everything you did was worth it. All the sacrifices taken when the picture wasn't perfect. I could see it in your face when I was young, and all your burdens are reminders to keep pushing when I'm working on this circuit. I remember in the Canada cold, delivering papers out the truck when I was sick, going door to door. You used to say God got me, I was meant for more, and that we was broke cause he was fixing what we had in store. I remember that, mama used to beat my ass, then I would be mad and crying while she worked the back to back. Then she'd wake me up and tell me that I better get to class, and then I graduated and she stood up and I saw her clap. Mom, we used to argue, now I know you was right. I'ma tell my kids the same, to be in before street lights, not to steal, do right, live, laugh, play, fight, and every night pray to God on both knees with closed eyes.
So it sounds like Dax had a pretty good mum, in terms of, raising her kid to have respect. Yeah, she might have had a heavy hand now and then, but that was obviously to, teach him a lesson. And I'm sure she would have yelled at him till she was blue in the face before that. But yeah, like he was saying, come in before the street lights, all that. That was all stuff that I had when I was growing up, today's day and age is a little bit different. Kids don't sort of venture out as much anymore, and they're on their computers and computer games and whatnot. But it used to be, get home from school, change your clothes, and you'd be out with your friends. And then as soon as the street lamps come on, you had like 10 or 15 minutes, to be home. And if you weren't home, woohoo! Whoa, you better have a bloody good reason, because if mum wasn't out in the car looking for you, it'd be dad, and that wasn't a good time. But yeah, like, she instilled in him some good morals and some respect that he might have hated at the time, but as he's gotten older, he's realised that that's what drove me and pushed me onto this path. That's what it's those little things you do as a parent. I just think back to growing up, and the little a 2 minute moment. It's not the big holiday and the going out and buying all this new stuff. It's that 2 minute moment where your mum or your dad just says, "Hey, buddy," and they say that one little thing, and that sticks. That you grow up like you might not remember it at the time, but as you get older, you start to go, "Oh, yeah, that's what mum was talking about," or "Oh, that's what dad mentioned," or and it's those little moments. So I guess that's where the consistency comes in. And he was saying, he used to work a back to back, and so that's where I was getting to at the beginning with, like, a lot of parents are out there, are busting their backside to put food on the table, to pay all the bills and everything, and you don't realise until you're an adult and you have to pay those bills how hard that shit is. If someone told me adulting was like it is when I was a kid, I would have done a lot more stuff when I was a kid. I would have taken advantage of that. The whole not having to worry about X, Y, Z, A, B, C, E, F, G. Like, there's so many things as an adult you have to worry about. So for her to be consistent like that with him throughout growing up and instilling those things, you can tell that he had a decent mum.
Everybody's got a mom, everyone relates to this. There's no way we can repay them for the things they all did. There's a message to the queens around the world who go to war and sacrifice to make a better life for all of their kids. Tuesday night you would drive me to practice, church on Sunday, midnight masses. Pushed me hard, I couldn't be stagnant, kept me calm despite the madness. You cooked and kept me fed, then knelt and prayed beside my bed. You'd whisper in my ear and I still hear those words inside my head. Mom knows best, can't talk back, can't disrespect, can't forget you held me in your stomach despite all the pain, all the stress. Can't neglect, lay the bricks to my success and dedicated all your time to make sure that I did my best. Mom, I hope you know this is your song. I hope you memorize and always sing along. I hope you know I know you did your best, and every single step you ever took was to assure I never did no wrong. Can't nobody break this bond, it's infinite and then beyond. And when they ask my reason, I just say your name is my response. My love for you could stretch across 100 season lighted galaxy. I'm trying to say that can't nobody ever turn it off, Mom. Thank you is not enough. You the reason that I'm here and why I can't give up. And every single time I fall, and every time I'm stuck, you call me knowing something's wrong innately, and you pick me up. And even when we miles away, I promise we not out of touch, cause nothing can connect the world the way a loving mother does. For all those double shifts I saw you work, I never saw you fuss. And that's why when I'm tired I keep going, cause I know I must work to ensure you get the life you deserve. Dear Mom, you an angel, so again I'm saying thank you for the memories. In time it feels like heaven on earth, and while I know I can't repay you, I'm just trying to say I'm grateful for your sacrifice and love and always putting me first. Mom, I hope you take these words and never ever have to think about or question your worth.
I think when he was saying there, like, he could never repay her, I think the way as people, how we repay our parents is, to make them make them proud of what we do, like to show them that all their hard work and all that trying to instill certain values and everything comes to fruition. Like they don't, they give you all these tools and then you just not use them, sort of thing. I think that would be more heartbreaking than watching your child. They might not be the best at anything in the world, they might not be the greatest, they might not make $1 million, but to see them blossom and to become that person that you knew they could be, and just have those values that you instilled in them, and share in those little successes and be what they tried so hard to guide you on that path to be. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to be, like Dax is obviously highly successful now, but I bet his mum still loved him the same when he was a janitor. The fact that he was, putting in the work and had those dreams and aspirations and were trying to, follow them. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to get there, but she instilled in him that drive and that that determination. Don't give up, keep following your dreams. And even if it amounts to nothing, the fact that he was following his dreams, that probably would have been repayment to his mum. She's seeing him not giving up, doing all those things. So yeah, I think that's how we repay our parents. Like some of us are fortunate enough to be able to go and buy them a house and take care of them in their as they get older and stuff like that, which is good. But I don't know. I think just I'm not a mum obviously, but I'm a dad. I think the biggest repayment my kids could ever give me would be to live up to those values that I've tried to instill in them. To take notice of the advice. To you don't have to follow it every time. You take advice with a grain of salt. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. But it's the little things. Like I was saying. Like having that drive to succeed and obviously not giving up and pushing yourself. If that's something that you instilled or tried to instill in your kids, and kids look at reflection. So if I'm just sort of giving up, that's what they'll do. Where like you said, I saw you doing the double shift. You weren't complaining. You were just out there busting. That then gave him the drive. Like, oh shit, mum can do it. I can do it too. So I think that's how we repay our parents.
I'm you an angel, so again I'm saying thank you for the memories. In time it feels like heaven on earth. And while I know I can't repay you, I'm just trying to say I'm grateful for your sacrifice and love and always putting me first. Mama, I hope you take these words and never ever have to think about or question your worth. For all your pain and your hurt, for all your struggle and work, Mom, for giving me birth. I wanna say, dear Mom, this a letter from your son. Those 3 jobs you were working, yeah, they probably wasn't fun. All the weight that you were carrying, it probably weighed a ton. So I made this song today to finally tell you that you done.
I love you, Ma.
If you haven't spoken to your mum today, after that, you'd better, send her a message at least, like, mums are special. Dads are special too, but, there's something about, I don't know, and I don't know if it's because, obviously, your mum carried you inside of her and all of that she has a bond, but, then there's foster mums too, that, they didn't carry a child, they've never carried a child. Some women aren't able to carry children, and they still have that mothering instinct, and I think it's just in our genetics, we're meant to, our whole purpose of being here is to procreate and pass our genes on, and then we pass away, and then they pass the genes on, and they pass away. That's life, like, so I guess somewhere along the line, we're not that sort of animal that, has a baby and then leaves it to fend for itself. We have that mothering nature, even as a father, you know, you have that parental instinct, you know, where you want to protect your child, you want to, you know, do what's best for the mother and the child, and you just see the vulnerability in the baby, and it's like, you know, that's a piece of me, and you know, I'm going to defend it. Whereas, you know, some animals, they, you know, like, you know, turtles, for instance, lay eggs on a beach and then they go back into the water, and it's up to them. And you know, the first 5 seconds of life, they're getting eaten by birds and stuff. You know, like, whereas we're, you know, we're not. We have that instinct within us. Well, majority of us do. There are people out there that don't, and I feel sorry for those people. But you know, the vast majority of us, we do have that sort of caring nature for our offspring. And I don't know, like sometimes it just seems it's a little bit stronger in a mother, or you know, in a female, I guess. And that, you know, that's not taking anything away from the men. There are plenty of men out there too that have like that instinct just as strong. But I think the bond that a mother has, and like I said, it could be a foster mum, it could be, you know, whatever. But yeah, once that bond is formed, it's pretty hard to break. So if you haven't already called your mum, guys, you know, I'm about to say goodbye, so you know, you can click off now and text your mum. Go give her a call. But yeah, like always, guys, I'm Thatguypurps, and until next time, I'll see you then.